Welcome back, my fellow outlaws, to the Wild Wild West. It has been officially revealed, yes, Rockstar Games just posted recently that we will be getting a Red Dead Online beta, and then IGN did a full-blown interview with the guys from Rockstar Games about what to expect from Red Dead Online. We've got a lot to go over, so let's get into this, but do not forget to smack that subscribe button, and whatever you do, turn on that bell icon because you will get my videos. You'll never miss another new, video about Red Dead Redemption 2 or Fallout 76. So let's dive straight in, shall we? So this is what the official Rockstar post had to say. You can find that in the description below if you just want to read it for yourself. But it goes on to say this. Today we're excited to announce Red Dead Online, a new online connected experience set against the backdrop of Red Dead Redemption 2's enormous open world. They go on to further say Red Dead Online is an evolution of the classic multiplayer experience in the original Red Dead Redemption, blending narrative with the competitive and cooperative gameplay in fun new ways. Using the gameplay of the upcoming Red Dead Redemption 2 as a foundation, Red Dead Online will be ready to be explored alone or with friends, and will also feature constant updates and adjustments to grow and evolve this experience for all players. I am definitely intrigued. It goes on to further say, Red Dead Online is planned for launch in November 2018, initially as a public beta, with more news to come soon. As the most online experiences of this size and scale, there will inevitably be some turbulence at launch. Remember GTA Online, guys? I think you probably do. They go on to say, we look forward to working with our amazing and dedicated community to share ideas, help us fix teething problems, and work with us to develop Red Dead Online into something really fun and innovative. And then they say this, access to Red Dead Online is free to anyone with a copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 on either PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. Now, they did go on to say, of course, Red Dead Redemption 2 will be releasing on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on October 2018. And they mentioned this IGN interview and Q&A about Red Dead Online. We're going to dive into that right now, but I'm totally hyped for this beta. I was expecting them to do something like this, actually, because I consider what they did with GTA Online to be early access in a beta because it was so rough at launch. But this interview is with the director of design at Rockstar North. I'm going to probably completely butcher his name, Imran Sharwal, and then Josh Needleman, who is the senior producer at Rockstar San Diego. And basically the interview goes on to elaborate what we can expect from Red Dead Online, how it will differ from GTA Online, and so on. So IGN went on to ask them, what can players expect from Red Dead Online? Will we have as much open world freedom as we do in the single player component? And Imran of Rockstar replied saying, of course, Red Dead Online will use the world and gameplay mechanics of Red Dead Redemption 2 as a jumping off point for a new world of cowboys and cowgirls and outlaws that combines multiplayer and cooperative gameplay and narrative components in a huge open world. Players will be able to explore alone or easily join with friends or other players to compete or work together. We'll take full advantage of the entire world, as well as all the aspects of the 19th century setting that make Red Dead Redemption 2 unique and fun, end quote. So, that sounds awesome. They're going to be taking what you experience in the single player world and just throwing it into multiplayer, of course, and you'll be able to explore to your heart's content, but they expect to really combine some unique elements here of the co-op and, that story-driven experience. So I'm curious to see how that's going to differ from the first Red Dead. Now, Josh Needleman had some things to also say about evolving their idea of open worlds and what, to expect from Red Dead Online. He goes on to say, Red Dead Redemption 2's multiplayer was a real leap forward for us at the time. It was the first game that hinted at the real opportunities for open world multiplayer beyond cities, where the world was open as a place, to create your own freeform gameplay, while at the same time was a sort of living lobby for other more structured kinds of game modes. Now, Red Dead Redemption 2 will take those ideas much further and combine that with everything we've learned in the years since then with our favorite elements from GTA Online, about how to make really fun and complex competitive and cooperative experiences in open worlds, and how to introduce narrative elements into multiplayer, end quote. So once again, they're really speaking to that narrative experience crossing over into multiplayer. Another game that's doing that is Anthem. They're also really pushing that as well. I'm curious to see if you'll be able to run into, I don't know, NPCs or what have you. That's just me speculating right there, so let's stick to the official stuff right now. Now, IGN wanted to ask Imran here, why aren't you releasing Red Dead Online alongside Red Dead Redemption 2's single-player experience? And that's what a lot of you guys are probably wondering, and that's a really good question. And he goes on to say there are a few reasons for this. The first is that even though Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online share the same gameplay mechanics and geography, we see them essentially as separate products that will grow and evolve independently of each other. We love story-based games, single-player games, and they are the foundation of everything we do. Red Dead Redemption 2 is an absolutely massive story-based game that we hope people will be lost in for a long time, and we want people to experience everything that the world has to offer before we build that with the online experience. That totally makes sense to me, because you do want people to really experience that single player. I actually personally really love that, and that's also the community, YouTubers and everyone else really dissect and discuss the single player after the fact and have some time to really get into it. Now, it goes on to say, not to mention playing through the story and getting to know the controls and mechanics of the game is the best way to get ready for playing inside the world of Red Dead Online, end quote. Very good point there. So the single player, in a way, that whole experience is going to be acting like a tutorial for multiplayer online action. Sounds pretty cool to me. Now, he furthermore says, also we have learned from the experience when launching online games at this scale, there are bound to be a few issues, and we want to ensure that we have time to gradually roll out the game and make the experience as smooth as we possibly can for everyone. We believe this way of rolling out will give people the best overall experience with both single player and multiplayer, end quote. So good deal. They've really learned, I think they've really learned personally from what happened with, of course, GTA Online, with how rough that launch was. So they're going to have to really take their time rolling this out. I'm curious to see if they're going to roll it out in phases, because that's what Fallout is going to be doing with their beta. They're going to be doing a pre-beta, then they're going to be doing, phases and rolling that out. Everyone will be getting into that beta. IGN also asked about this. How will this experience be different from GTA Online? And Josh goes on to say, one of the biggest differences between GTA and Red Dead universes is that you're often speeding through or flying over the GTA world, whereas in Red Dead Redemption, the change of pace elevates the intimacy of the overall experience. Like the single-player's game story of Arthur Morgan, we want people to settle into their online characters and feel like every activity makes sense for that character, the setting, and the time. This should feel intimate and personal while still feeling fun and action-packed from moment to moment. Now, they go on to say, we've tried to take the best elements and best content packs from Grand Theft Auto Online and use them for templates for what we are making here. We feel Grand Theft Auto Online really only found its feet creatively with heists. That pack, along with After Hours, the Doomsday Heist, gun running, and others represented the best of GTA Online and provided the template for what we wanted to use here, not in terms of content obviously, but how they combined narrative, gameplay modes, and other content into a cohesive thematic whole alongside all the elements we liked from the old Red Dead Redemption multiplayer. So, end quote there, but they're taking the best of the best from GTA Online and putting it basically in the experience of Red Dead Online. And that sounds like a really good idea. And I hope they scrap anything that they didn't like about, of course, GTA Online. So the next question was, what have you and the rest of the team learned from your experience launching, designing, and updating supporting GTA Online? And Josh goes on to say, the biggest problem with the original Red Dead Redemption's multiplayer was that every update we released fractured the audience. As the game got bigger, we separated our player base. Avoiding this was the inspiration behind GTA Online. We are obsessed by keeping the audience complete and experience beyond perpetual. Beyond this, after lots of trial and error, we feel we have found a way to make multiplayer games that feel like Rockstar experiences, combining personality, gameplay style, narrative, and variety into the packs. That did not really begin to happen until we released the first Heist pack. Our aim this time is to hopefully get there a bit quicker, but still be responsive to what people enjoy playing and evolve as we go. Very good. End quote. And IGN goes on to ask, what happens to Grand Theft Auto Online after Red Dead Online launches? Such a good question. A lot of you might be concerned. What's going to happen to GTA Online? I love GTA Online. And Imran goes on to say this. We still have big plans for GTA Online, and we will continue to roll out updates for the foreseeable future. We vaguely plan to stagger the updates of both games so that players can switch between the two, but our development plans may not always allow this. We think there will be a lot of love about Red Dead Online for fans of GTA Online, but we think that Red Dead Online will generate its own audience ready for something entirely new. However, exactly what form of Red Dead Online will take as it finds its feet, we are not sure ourselves, but we think really want a focus, on role-playing and morality. That may all change as the game comes out, but that's the direction we are heading in now, and we are going to be working together on that with our incredible community to make this online experience into something amazing. End quote. So that's cool. And it's also really cool to hear them mention that they really want the online experience to also be focused around role-playing. That's something that sounds familiar to me because I've been covering a lot of Fallout 76, and I love this idea of kind of having RPGs going more online, and you kind of center yourself around a role. So we'll see what all you can do in Red Dead Online when this beta releases. Stay tuned. But I did want to highlight some top comments from you guys. You guys always have some great comments in my videos. Do not be afraid, by the way, to leave them down below. You never know. You may end up in a future video. So guys, let's do this. Let's go over these top comments right now. So, Glitched Matrix 2.0 says this. Huge fan of the Matrix, by the way. He says, I hope there are blizzards in the Grizzlies. I want to get snowed on in like the Hateful Eight and find a random warm tavern to take shelter in. That would be so freaking cool. I am definitely for that. I mean, Hateful Eight was a good movie, definitely, and it would be cool to see, more survival elements make their way into Red Dead Online, perhaps as its own server. I don't want it to be too hardcore where you have to worry about hunger and stuff like that. That, to me, kind of can be a bummer, but it would be interesting to see them cater towards more of a hardcore audience where you have to consider things like surviving, the weather conditions and stuff like that. And if you don't know what the Grizzlies are, they did release some brand new images recently. And if we scroll down here through all these glorious brand new images, we get to the Grizzlies, which is, the mountainous region here. And it looks absolutely stunning. It's the snow, the glorious white powder that you have to get through on horse and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks really, really cool for sure. And next up, we've got a top comment from Quaiza, I believe it is. He says, I really hope there is some side mission involving a cannibal tribe or even a serial killer. Investigation quests are some of my favorites, end quote there. Yeah, investigation quests are really good. And, L.A. Noire was a great game for investigations. And, Rockstar, they're very familiar with that stuff. So, yeah, I totally agree. That would be awesome to see. I love just roaming up to random events. One of my favorite things, and it's so simple, was in Red Dead Redemption when I roamed up to, this woman that was in trouble, and I helped her out. And then, probably half hour later, I ran into another woman that was in trouble, and she guided me back to her wagon, and it was an ambush. She was working with this crew, and that just really was freaking awesome, that trickery with the open world stuff. I want to see more of that. I want to see, a sense of paranoia. Can I really trust this person? Besides, this is the Wild Wild West. Guys, there you have it. All the latest happenings around Red Dead Redemption 2. And yes, we're getting that beta. Look forward to more news here on Open World Games. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications by hitting the bell icon. You will not regret it. But guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more Red Dead Redemption 2 and open world gaming goodness, and I will see you soon enough in the Wild Wild West. Take care.